Yo guys, what's going on? Today it's your boy KXVI. Today I got a crazy collab video with the boy Daniel Taylor. We're gonna be showing you how to make some crazy kid choir QBs vibes. Don't forget to download this loop for free in the link down below, and let's get right into it. So this is what the finished vocal sample will sound like.
Come alive in the night time, the demons on the rise. If you come at the right time, you might lose your life. Come alive in the night time, the demons on the rise. If you come at the right time, you might lose your life.
So it's sounding super fire. A little bit out of key here and there, but it's alright because we're going for that creepy vibe. So I'm kind of just gonna break down my process of how I make these vocal samples, these kid choir loops. First thing that I do is I make like a little starter melody that's super simple that I can just sing on top of. I just opened a stock piano, did this little chord progression. So that automatically sets the vibe for like some crazy dark 21 Savage stuff. From there, what I normally do is I'll just start freestyling melodies and I'll record it until I come up with something I like. And once I come up with the melody that I like, I start to kind of fill in the melodies with lyrics that fit the vibe that I'm going for. This is the first take of the vocal with no effects. Come alive in the nighttime, the demons on the rise. See, it's like some super simple melodies that anyone can sing, really. I can't sing for shit. But how I finesse these is I'll go in here in Logic. I've already done this, but I'll just show you how I do it. I go on to flex pitch. If you select everything right here, and then you click set to perfect pitch, it will put everything on the note that it should be on. And then just to make sure that it's in key, sometimes it'll automatically correct it to a note that it's not supposed to be on, that's not in the key. You just go through and make sure that every note's in the key and you should be good. But yeah, I don't really use any auto tune on these. I find that it makes it sound worse almost. I feel like it kind of has to have a natural sound to it. So the best way to go is to melodyne it, or in Logic, go to the flex pitch and just manually put every note where it should be. After I had the lead vocal, I literally just copied that same melody 3 more times just to make it sound like an actual choir is singing it, because if you only have one take, it doesn't sound full. And also I found that you can hear that I can't really sing and it's pretty clear, but as soon as you start layering it, come alive in the nighttime, the demons on the rise, it really just hides the imperfections because there's so much going on that it kind of phases each other out, but in a good way. But a way that I like to make it not sound so muddy with so many layers, you find the best vocal and you make that the lead vocal. That one's the loudest, and then the rest you lower the volumes down. And then as you can see right here, I've panned one to the left and one to the right, and I've got another one that's at a lower volume just hitting in the center. Kind of makes it feel wider and thicker, if that makes sense, and that's exactly what you want right there. The second part of the vocal sample was this second run right here, which I'll let you hear. Come alive in the nighttime, the demons on the rise. If you come at the right time, you might lose your life. Come alive in the nighttime, the demons on the rise. If you come at the right time, you might lose your life. See, it's still super simple melodies. It's the same exact thought process behind it. I've got a lead vocal right here, a supporting vocal that's in the middle, and then 2 more supporting vocals that are panned each way. Now for processing on these vocals, I like to keep it pretty simple and just make it sound clean and like a professional vocal so that someone else can really go in with the effects and flip it into something that they want. So what I do is I go over here in Logic and I click voice, and then I choose the natural vocal preset. I really don't touch it. Before, it sounds like this. Come alive in the nighttime, the demons on the rise. And after, it sounds like this. Come alive in the nighttime, the demons on the rise. So it's super simple. It's just got some compression and a little bit of reverb. It adds to it when all the layers are together. So it sounds super dope already, but I want it to sound like a kid choir. So what I did is I bounced all of that into one audio file and I pitched it up 3 semitones, and this is what I have.
Come alive in the nighttime, the demons on the rise. If you come at the right time, you might lose your life. Come alive in the nighttime, the demons on the rise. If you come at the right time, you might lose your life.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for my part of the sample. I'm gonna hand it over to Daniel and let him do his thing.
Alright, so anyways, I got the final sample pulled up here. We're sitting at 136 BPM. The final sample is in C minor. And as you can see at the very end, I pitched it up 3 semitones. So everything that I'm going to be showing that I made throughout the sample is going to be in A minor. And then, like I said at the very end, I pitched it up from A to C. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just play it so you can hear how it sounds. And then I'll go through, as usual, break down everything I did. Yeah, as you can hear, really dark, really ambient, definitely Q Beats vibes. And then with Q Beats type samples, you kind of want to stay in between the range of like 120 to 150. They kind of have a broad range for their samples, anywhere from, like I said, 120 to 150, 155 even. For this sample in particular, I knew that Kabi was sending over these vocals, and the thing about vocals is that they take up a lot of the frequency range. So when you play vocals and you look at the frequency, like the low end to the high end, it kind of takes up a lot of that. Thing about vocals when you're making a sample with vocals is you want to try to keep the rest of the sample pretty simple. So usually if you listen to the Q Beat samples that have the choir vocals, they're usually pretty simple. They usually just have like a bell melody or a piano, maybe some like ambient noises or something, but really it's just like 2 or 3 instruments with the vocals because of all the frequency range. The first thing I did is I started with this piano, and the thing about pianos as well is that they take up a lot of frequency. So with the vocals and the piano together, like I said, I try to keep it really simple. This is the MIDI for the piano that I came up with. I'll go ahead and play it in a sec, but basically what I did is I started at B minor right here. So I started at B minor because the vocals that Kabi sent me were in B minor. Basically what I did is I started with this chord right here, B, D, F sharp, and then I have another note up here at B. And then all I did is I took that same chord and I pitched it up here. So we have B, D, F sharp, and then B, D, F sharp, an octave above. As you can see, I added this extra B note for the chord. And then I just added some filler notes in between, like these right here. I'm not too crazy with music theory, but I kind of just go by what sounds good. One thing I do know about dark samples is that you want to mess around with half step. So as you can see, these 2 notes right here, D and C sharp, are a half step apart. And basically what that means is that it's 1 semitone apart. It's 1 note apart. And usually with dark samples, you kind of want to go back and forth with half steps. And that's what gives it kind of that dark sound. Just creates this like dark, almost broken or like out of tune kind of chord sound. And then once I had that, I just copied it over here, and I'm gonna go ahead and just play that for you so you can hear how it sounds. For the effects, as you can see, I have effect rack on, and I have it turned off right now because it was kind of messing up, but I have this preset in here called RIP RC20, and basically it just adds like, sounds like RC20 but kind of better. And then I have shaper box with this preset right here and the volume going ducking in and out. And then I have this portal preset persuasion on that kind of adds like that little noise in the background. Once I had that MIDI, all I did is I rendered it out as an audio file, pitched it up an octave, and then rendered that out as an audio file as well. And then what I did is I pitched it down 2 semitones, so we went from B minor to A minor, and this is what that sounds like. I added some more effects to it right here. As you can see, I have an EQ taking out a lot of the low end, another shaper box with this effect on it again, Echo Boy with this tape echo preset, some reverb, Dude 2 to take out a lot of the like low mids, an EQ to take out some unwanted frequencies, and then a Maximus just to boost the gain to make it a little bit louder. So the next thing I did is I wanted to mix the vocals with the piano, and like I said, the piano and the vocals both already take up kind of a lot of frequencies. As you can see right now, I only have 3 sounds with the sample, and I just messed with different variations and effects to really kind of make it stand out, make it sound unique. So as you can see, I have them pitched down from B minor to A minor to match the key of the piano. And then for the effects, I have Valhalla Uber mod on with this preset. It kind of adds just like a reverse delay the vocals, and then I added some reverb, fresh air, shaper box to make it pan back and forth from left to right. Basically, this is what that sounds like just with all the effects. Yeah, as you can hear, it's kind of panning back and forth from left to right, and you can hear like the delay from the Valhalla Uber mod. And then like I said, I wanted to add some variation with the sample because I knew I wanted to keep it simple with the sounds. So what I did with the vocals is I added this portal preset right here called In Tongues, and what it does is it just basically reverses the vocals. So what I did is I put it to its own mixer track, and I just left all of the effects on while I played it and recorded it. Yeah, it just sounds like, I don't know, kind of interesting, really unique, really dark. So the next sound that I added was this one shot from the Nebula one shot kit that I just dropped. As you can see, it's this harp string one shot right here. And what I did is I just added a bunch of effects to it. Came up with this MIDI right here, really simple. It just has basically a chord going back and forth. And as you can see right here with these notes, I'm messing with the half steps again. So as you can see, the E and the F go back and forth, 1 semitone apart. Again, that makes it sound really dark, but it's just 2 different chords going back and forth. And then the second part is just pitched up an octave. So I'll go ahead and play how that sounds just by itself. Yeah, and for the effects, I just added some halftime at 25%, thermal with this miracle tone preset. I added a portal preset, time traveler. That's what kind of makes it delay and like have that sound like in the background. Reverb, did not have that much reverb on it. And then an EQ to take out a lot of the low mids and a lot of the highs. Last thing I have is just this texture from the same Nebula one-shot pack that I dropped. Sounds like that, and I have that going throughout the whole sample. Alright, so I kept the arrangement pretty simple with this one. Once I had all the sounds that I wanted, I just took it and I had everything playing at the very beginning with vocals, the piano, and the string in the background. And then for the second part, I just have the piano pitched up. And then for this part right here, I just have the vocals reversed. And then I have everything drop out, so it's just the piano. And then I have the string come in at the end, and then that's it for the arrangement. So I have that, and then I have all the stems at the end so that if anybody wants to use the stems, they can, or they can just chop the sample how I have it. Once I had everything arranged, I just rendered it out as an audio file, brought it back in, and as you can see, I pitched it up 3 semitones like I said, and then I put it to its own mixer track and just added a bunch of effects. I have this fresh air, this good hertz mid-side. This plugin is crazy for making your sample sound a lot cleaner. A compressor underneath that, Soothe 2 again to take out some of the unwanted frequencies in the low mids, and then another Soothe 2 to take out some of the kind of harsh metallic sounding frequencies at the high end, and then an EQ again to kind of clean it up.
If you guys made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you. Please subscribe. Don't forget to download that loop for free in the description down below. Comment down below what kind of stuff you guys want next. I've got some soul sample and R&B sample with your own voice stuff in the works as well. If you can't tell, I've been experimenting. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.